Hello everyone, welcome to IITN's GATE classes. So today is our session number 4 on question and revision series on circuit theory for HAL and HPCL exam. So today what we are going to do, we are going to solve all the questions of two-port networks. Okay, so important few questions we are going to see from the chapter two-port networks. So the first question that you can see is consider the following statement for a two-port network. Okay, they have given you this following network. What is the condition given here? Z11 is equal to, first condition given is what? Z11 is equal to Z22. Second is what? H12 is equal to H21. Third is Y12 is equal to minus Y21. And fourth is given as what? BC minus AD is equal to minus 1. The network is reciprocal only if. So we know for Z parameter, if we are given with Z parameter, the network is reciprocal when Z12 is equal to Z21. So this statement is false. When H parameters are given, then reciprocal network is. So this statement is also false. For Y parameters, if it is given, then the network is reciprocal when. So even this is false. So we are left with fourth. So fourth is the correct, and we also know in ABCD parameter, the given network is reciprocal only when the determinant of the transmission matrix is equal to 1. So A, B, C, D, if I calculate the determinant, it is going to be AD minus BC. If it is equal to 1, then my network, given network having ABCD parameters, this is my reciprocal. So just they have taken negative here. So 4 alone is correct. Option number D is correct. Now question number 2, for a two-port reciprocal network, the output open circuit voltage divided by the input current is equal to. So what they have given, for a two-port reciprocal network, the output open circuit voltage, output open circuit voltage. So sorry, output open circuit voltage, open circuit means what? I2 is equal to 0 divided by input current. So what is this? V2 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. So if I write the Z parameters, V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So what is Z21? Z21 is equal to V2 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0. You can see they have given you what? Z21 they have given you. So this ratio, it is equal to Z21. But in the option what you can see, there is no Z21. So this question is wrong. Is it wrong? No. Why? Because it is given, it is reciprocal network. So in reciprocal network, we know what? Z12 is equal to Z21. So that is why this is Z21. So option B is your correct answer. Very good question, very tricky question. Okay. Why tricky question? Because in examination hall, what happens? We are in tremendous amount of pressure, because we have much number of questions to solve and very less time. So at that time we skip sometimes the important information. Okay, we skip the important information, and then we are thinking the question is wrong, but actually the question is correct. There is some hidden hint there. Okay. Now the third question they have given is, if the transmission parameter of the below network are, so the transmission parameter they have given something like this: A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 1, D equal to 3. Okay, so the transmission parameter is this. then the value of Z in is, so Z in they have asked you, Z in they have asked you, so Z in is what? V1 by I1. This is unconditional input impedance. What is Z in? Z in is unconditional input impedance. Okay, so remember this. Now if this is the ABCD parameter, what I can write? V1 is equal to A V2, so A is what? 1 into V2 minus B I2, so 2 I2. I1 is equal to C V2, that means what? V2 minus D I2, so 3 I2. So this is V1 and I1. Now you can see what? Here actually the terminal current, look at terminal current. Terminal current is I2, it is given in this fashion, but we know for a two-port network, your current is always going inside the port. Okay, but here they have given I2 as like this. So V2 is equal to 10 R into I, so 10 into I2. So I will be just substituting here I2. So what it is? I1 is equal to, in equation 2 I am substituting the value of V2, so equal to 10 I2 minus 3 I2. So I1 is equal to 7 I2, or I can say what? I2 is equal to I1 by 7. So equation 3. Now what I am going to do? I am going to substitute this in equation number 1. V1 is equal to V2. So V2 is my 10 I2. 10 I2 minus 2 I2. So that is equal to 8 I2. And I know what? I2 is equal to I1 by 7. So tell me one thing, why we did not get the answer here? Why are we getting V1 by I1 as 8 by 7 ohm? What wrong did we do? Here you can see the ABCD parameter is given for this case. Okay, it is given for a structure like this, for a two-port structure like this. And previously I told you what? Current going inside the port. So it is like this. So this ABCD parameter has to be like this, or what? Either I make the changes here, or if I don't want to make the changes here, because okay, so what I am going to do, I will first explain you. Look, when I have a two-port network like this, having ABCD parameters like this, so this two-port equation is valid. V1 is equal to A V2 minus B I2, and I1 is equal to C V2 minus D I2. So this is valid when the correct direction of I2 is like this. If my direction of I2 is in this direction, okay, going out from the port, then this equation it will change like this. Okay, then it will change. So if I had done here plus, so what would have happened? Now if I solve this, so let me solve it in the next page. I will just copy this two equation. So what I can do? here you can see I1 is equal to, and what was the previous means another equation, it was V2 is equal to 10 I2. So V2 is equal to 10 I2. Now let me substitute it here. So I1 is equal to V2, I am substituting in equation number 2. So that is 13 I2, or I2 is equal to I1 by 13. Now what I am going to do, I am going to substitute the value of I2 and V2 in this equation. So first V1 is equal to V1 is equal to V2. So V2 is equal to 10 I2, 10 I2 plus 2 I2. So what is the value of I2? So this will be equal to 12 I2. So I2 is equal to I1 by 13. So V1 is equal to 12 into I1 by 13. So now you can see V1 is equal to 12 by 13 ohm. Okay. V1 by I1, sorry, it is equal to 12 by 13 ohm. Now you can see you are getting option A as your answer. So you need to remember this point. I intentionally first solved the question wrong. Okay. I solved the question wrong so that I can make the point that always to note for the direction of output port current. This ABCD parameter, this equation will hold true. This equation will hold true, sorry, I will be using purple color. So this equation will hold true when my direction of I2 is going inside the port. If the direction of current is away from the port, then my sign it will change. Okay, sign will change wherever there is I2. So keep this thing in mind. So this was, I can say, question number 3 was a good question. Good question, okay. Now what about question number 4? You can see Bartlett bisection theorem holds for which one of the following terminal network. So I have told you Bartlett bisection is valid for symmetric network. So option C is your correct answer, directly you can say. Now what about question number 5? The input voltage V1 and current I1 for a linear passive network is given like this. You can see what? V1 is equal to A V2 plus B I2 and I1 is equal to C V2 plus D I2. Note the ABCD parameters here. Okay. V1 is equal to A V2 plus B I2 and I1 is equal to C V2 plus D I2. Usually we know the ABCD parameter when the output port current is going inside the port, that means what? When it is like this, at that time we know what? A V2 minus B I2 and I1 is equal to C V2 minus D I2. But here it is given the opposite. Here it is given the opposite. So they have asked you which one of the following is the transfer matrix ABCD of the network shown above. So fine, we will just calculate it. So let me consider this is V1, and as they have done this plus here, so that means what? Direction of current is in this side. So this is my I2 and this is what? This is V2 and this is I1. So now I am going to write equation. So how am I going to write? I am starting KVL from here. Okay, KVL. So minus V1 plus 10 I2 plus V2 is equal to 0. Why plus? Because this is plus minus. What I can say? I1 is equal to I2. Can I say this? I1 is equal to I2 because this is connected in series. So I1 will be equal to I2. So this is my second equation. This is my first equation. So V1 is equal to V2 plus 10 I2 and I1 is equal to I2. So look at this equation, this set of equation and this set of equation. Okay, look at both of them. So what you are going to have? A is equal to 1, B is equal to 10, C is equal to 0 and D equal to 1. So which option? 110, 110, 0, 1. So option B is your correct answer. Okay, option B is your correct answer. So this is also a good question. Okay, so have this knowledge. I am telling you repeatedly. They usually exploit this thing, this confusion, point of confusion. What? That port current is always going inside the port, output port current is always going inside the port when you are writing the ABCD parameters. Okay, but usually they give you like this plus. So that means what? Your output port current is going away from the port. Okay. Now let us solve question number 6. The two-port network shown in the figure given below is connected in parallel with another two-port network which has y11 equal to y22 equal to minus y12 equal to minus y21 which is equal to y. So let me assume y parameter for this B element is what? Like this, y, y, minus y and minus y. Okay, so this YB is connected in parallel with the circuit given here, the y parameter of the composite circuit. So we know if network are connected in parallel, then equivalent y parameter is just added of individual network. Okay, as simple as that. So now we have been given YB, we have to calculate this YA. Okay, I am assuming the y parameter of this circuit is denoted by YA. So how do we calculate? Here I1 current is flowing, this is plus minus V1, this is plus minus V2, this is I2. So what do you see? I1 is equal to 0. Why 0? Because this is open circuit. What about I2? I2 is equal to GV1. So now if I compare this with the y parameters, y parameter equation, I1 is equal to y11 V1 plus y12 V2 and I2 is equal to y21 V1 plus y22 V2. So now if I write YB, which is equal to 0 0 G 0. So now this is YA. This is YA, sorry. So now Y equivalent, when this circuit, this network and this network, it is connected in parallel, equivalent Y parameters are going to be added. So I am adding this, so it will be what? Y minus Y, G minus Y, Y. Okay. So they have asked you what? The Y parameter of the composite network will satisfy which one of the following. So you can see y11 of the equivalent is Y. So option A is not satisfying. What about option B? Option B is also not satisfying because you can see y12 is minus Y. Y21 it is satisfying, minus Y plus G. So minus Y plus G you are seeing. So option C is your correct answer. Okay. Now can anyone tell me what is this? What is this kind of amplifier? This is voltage controlled current source. Why? You can see this is a current source and it is controlled by a voltage. Okay, voltage. So that is why this is voltage controlled current source. So the next question what they have asked is that what is the expression for H12 in respect of the network shown below. So there are two ways you can solve this question. So what they have asked, H12, which is equal to V1 by V2 when I1 is equal to 0. So straightforward, the H parameter equation should be in your mind. In examination hall such as HAL and HPCL exam, there is very less time. So it is wastage of time if you are writing like this, V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Okay, now you are telling me what H12 is equal to, sir, V1 by V2 when I1 is equal to 0. So don't think like that. Okay, so one method is what, you put I1 equal to 0 and you calculate the ratio of V1 by V2 in this circuit, you will be getting H12. But that is very complex. Okay, very complex to solve, and it is very difficult and time consuming. So what method are we going to solve? We have seen in Z parameter, this is what, this is my lattice network. For a lattice network, what is my Z parameter? Z parameter is my Z2 minus Z2 plus Z1 by 2, Z2 minus Z1 by 2, Z2 minus Z1 by 2 and Z2 plus Z1 by 2. So if you are not understanding how directly I wrote the Z parameter for the lattice network, I will suggest you to go and watch my first lecture, that is basics of circuit theory, which I have taken for this HAL and HPCL series. Please go and watch that. Not the first lecture, sorry, I think the third lecture. Okay, third lecture is two-port network. So two-port network, theory of two-port network, you just go and watch. You are going to get the idea of each and everything. Okay, lecture number 3. So this is the Z parameter for this lattice network, and I have already discussed in lecture 3 the relationship between H, Y and Z. So H parameter is basically defined as what? So my trick is what? You are going to write this principal diagonal element, what it is. This is 1 by Y11 and this will be 1 by Z22. The above term will be what? It will be same, and this 2 it will remain the same. So Z2, what is the next term remaining? Z12. Similarly here in the denominator Y11 will be same and this 1 will be common. So here also it will be Y1. So what is the next term? That is 2. So Y21. You can see what, this is my H12. So H12 is what? Z12 by Z22. So directly I will be taking Z12 from here. So that is Z2 minus Z1 by 2 divided by Z2 plus Z1 by 2. So 2 getting cancelled. It is what? Z2 minus Z1, Z2 plus Z1. So which is your option? Option number A is your correct answer. Okay. So remember this thing. Don't get confused or you are solving from other methods. So you can see this method took me around 30 seconds. If you are solving this question, so it will take me around 30 seconds or even 20 seconds to solve this one. Okay. So it is very simple. Now the next question they have asked is what? For the network shown below, match list 1 Y parameter with list 2 value and select the correct answer using the code given below. So they have asked you what is the Y parameter. Basically it is a very simple way of asking, tell me each of the Y parameters. Okay. So simply what we are going to write, we are going to write admittance of each branch, or you can write impedance also, no issues. So for L we know what it is, LS. So L value is 1, so it will be S. Impedance of resistance, it is the same thing. Impedance of capacitance is 1 by Cs, here C is 1, so this will be 1 by S. Now I am going to write nodal equation at node A and node B. So for node A, if I write the nodal equation, what it is? Minus I1 plus, this is what? V1. So V1 by impedance of this branch is S plus V1 minus V2 by 1. Okay, this is 1 ohm equal to 0. So I1 is equal to, if I take common in terms of V1 and V2, what it is? V1 1 by S plus 1 minus V2. Okay, so I am getting what? Directly you can see I am getting Y11, Y12. So what is Y11? 1 by S A, so this is my A. What is y12? It is minus 1. So this is y12. So now let us check if there is some option a is equal to 3, b equal to 2. So you can see directly option A has this. Okay, so no need to apply a nodal equation at node B. But as we are solving, so we are going to apply and check. So directly I have commented after solving this node A, nodal analysis at node A, that A is the correct option. Still, as we are solving, we are going to verify this result. Okay. So applying nodal analysis at node B, what it is going to be? Minus I2, as current is going inside the node, minus I2 plus V2 by the impedance of the branch, that is 1 by S, plus V2 minus V1 by 1 equal to 0. So if I segregate again in terms of V1 and V2, what I am going to get? I2 is equal to minus V1 plus S plus 1 V2. So you can see what? Y21 is equal to what? Minus 1, and Y22 is equal to S plus 1. So what is C? Y22 plus Y21. So Y22 plus Y21 is S. So C will be 4. You can see you are getting the same result in option A. And what about Y22? Y22 is S plus 1. So this one number is D. So you can check also option A, each of this, but why to waste time in examination? After this only you are seeing, you are getting the result, so no need to solve. Okay. Now this question number 9, this question has two approaches to solve. One of them is very easy and one of them is time consuming, but still it is very easy. So what is it? Which one of the following is the transmission matrix for the network shown in the figure given below? So they have asked you T matrix. So they have asked you T matrix, that is my A, B, C, D parameters they are asking you. Okay. So this is what? This is the, here look very carefully. This Z is my impedance and this Y is your admittance. Okay. So this thing they should have explicitly mentioned. This is one of the IES question, ECE IES question, previous year question. So they should have explicitly mentioned this, that Z is impedance and Y is admittance. But it is also understood that by Z we denote impedance and by Y we denote admittance. So we have seen actually for a circuit like this, as such I have drawn where Z2 is impedance and Z1 is also impedance, and if this is my plus minus V1 I1 and if this is my plus minus V2 I2, for such a circuit we have seen in lecture number 3 again that my T matrix or ABCD parameters are given by 1 plus Z2 by Z1, Z2, 1 by Z1 and 1. Okay, this we know. And we know another result, what it is, that in cascade the equivalent T parameters is just multiplication of the individual T parameters of the network. Okay, in cascade we know T parameters, they multiply. So now with this two in mind, how are we going to solve this question? Let us see. So I am just erasing this two part. Okay, I will keep this part. Okay, it is better to keep this part. It will be easier for you then. So let me erase this thing. Okay. So now you can see what? This is my, I can break this circuit like this. So how can I write this circuit? Look very carefully. Let me assume this is Z2, this is Z1, this is Z2, this is Z1, and this whole circuit, it is denoted by A, and this circuit or this network is denoted by B. So what you can see, A and B, they are connected in cascade. Okay. So now if somehow we can calculate, the the T parameters of this circuit A or network A and T parameters of network B, if we just multiply, we are going to get what? We are going to get the equivalent T parameters. Now look very carefully. For network A, value of Z2, if it is equal to 0, and if value of Z1 is equal to 1 by Y, then what I see? I will be getting this part of the circuit. I am getting this part of the circuit, because if impedance is equal to 0 means what? That is equal to short, and here admittance is given as Y. So what will be the impedance? It will be 1 by Y. Now for this circuit or network B, if I write Z2 is equal to Z and Z1 is equal to what I should write? If I write Z1 is equal to infinite. Why infinite? Because there is open circuit at this position. Okay. So if impedance is infinite, that means what? Your circuit is your open, means the branch at that place is open. So now simply what I am going to do? I am going to write ZA into ZB. So that will be equal to multiplication of T parameters of this network A. So T parameter of network A is what? 1 plus Z2 by Z1. So Z2 is 0. So this will be 0 into Z2. So again 0. What is 1 by Z1? It will be equal to Y. 1 by Z1 is given. So 1 divided by 1 by Y. So that will be Y. And this is 1. What about if I have denoted it as ZA, ZB, it should be TA, TB, sorry, because I am writing T matrix. So let me write it in the next line only, TB, and then we are going to multiply. So what is TB? Transmission parameters of network B for this network. 1 plus Z2 by Z1. So Z by infinite, that will be 0. What will be Z2? Z2 is Z. 1 divided by Z1, it will be 0. 1 divided by infinite is 0, and this will be 1. So now I need to multiply TA and TB. So if I do that, I will be getting the result. So in the next page I am solving. So if I multiply this, so this is what? 1 into 1, 0 into 0. So this will be 1. 1 into Z, 0 into 1. So Z. So next is what? Y, 0. So Y. And the next will be ZY plus 1. ZY plus 1. So what is this option? Let me copy it. So you can see what? 1Z, 1ZY, ZY plus 1. So option C is your correct answer. Okay, option C is your correct answer. So this is one of the way to solve this question. See, I had to explain this, so that is why I took so much time. But if you are in practice, you don't need to write all this. You will be directly writing T parameters of this network and T parameter for this network, and you are going to multiply. Simply within 10 seconds you will be getting the answer and you are done. Or else what you can do, substitute this one as V1, this one as I1, this as V2 and this as I2. Then what you are going to do, make V1 in terms of V2 and I2 and make I1 in terms of V2 and I2, and then compare it with the equations of T parameter, and then you will get the same result. but that will be time taking. Okay, that will be time taking. You have to substitute thing. So you can follow whichever method you want. So for practice, please solve using the second method also. Okay, using the second method, please solve this also. Okay. Now what is question number 10th here? What is the value of the parameter H12 for the two-port network shown in the given figure? Okay, in the figure given below. So what is H12? Again they have asked H12, which is equal to V1 by V2 when I1 equal to 0. So they have asked you this when I1 is equal to 0, the ratio of V1 by V2, or here it is denoted by E1 and E2. Okay, so E1 and E2 they are asking. So simply what I can do, if somehow, see the trick here is, if somehow I convert this to T network, if I convert this pi to, if I convert it, this pi network to T network, then what will happen? The resultant whole network will be a T network. So if I get T network, I can directly write the Z parameter. If I get the Z matrix or open circuit parameters, I know what H12 is equal to what? Z12 by Z22. I know this. Okay, I know this relation. I will be getting this. So what I am going to do in a very fast manner, I am going to calculate the here my T network for this. So what it is? It will be something like this, and this will be. So let me mark this as A, this as B, and this as C. So what is A? A will be equal to, A is enclosed between 4 and 4. So 4 into 4 divided by resistance of all the all the delta branches. So that will be 4 plus 8. So that will be what? 16 divided by 16. So 1. So A is your 1. What about B? B is enclosed in between 4 and 8. So 4 into 8 by 16. So that will be equal to what? 32. 32 by 16. So that is equal to 2. What about C? C is enclosed in between 4 and 8. So C will be also 2. So now very simply you can convert this network as A and 4. A and 4, they will be in series. So that will be 5. This will be what? This is my C. So value of C is 2. And this is what? This is B series with 4. So B is 2. So this will be 6. Now I know the Z parameter directly for a, I know how to write Z parameter for a T network. If you haven't watched my lecture number 3, please watch it, because I am using most of the concept from that lecture only. Okay. So Z matrix will be what? It will be 5 plus 2, 7. Then here Z12 is 2. This will be what? Again 2. And this will be Z22 will be 6 plus 2, that is 8. So I got my Z matrix. So once I got Z matrix, what about H12? H12 will be what? V1 by V2. So that is Z12 by Z22. So that is 2 by 8. So 1 by 4, which is equal to 0.25. So 0.25 is the answer I am getting. Here they have made a mistake. It will not be ohm. Why? This is a voltage gain. Gain has no units. So option C is your correct answer. Okay. So in the next question you can see what? In the circuit shown, two-port network N has Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. The current gain I2 by I1 they are asking you. So what is I2 by I1? So if I write the Z matrix for this given network N, what it will be? 10 to the power 3, Z12 is 10 ohm, Z21 is minus 10 to the power 6 and Z22 is 10 to the power 4. Fine. Okay. So now what I am going to do, I am going to write the corresponding open circuit parameters, open circuit equation or Z parameter equation. So that will be what? V1 is equal to 10 to the power 3 I1 plus 10 I2. V2 will be equal to what? Minus 10 to the power 6 I1 plus 10 to the power 4 I2. So let me mark this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Now look, this V2, can I write it like this? V2 is equal to minus I2 into 10 kilo ohm. So 10 into 10 to the power 3. So that is minus I2 into 10 to the power 4. Okay. Why minus? Because this I2 current is going inside the port, but according to Ohm's law, my current should flow in this direction. So that is why if this is my plus I2, so in this direction it will be minus I2. Now let me assume this is equation number 3. From equation 2 and equation 3, what do I see? This will be minus I2 into 10 to the power 4 is equal to minus 10 to the power 6 I1 plus 10 to the power 4 I2. So this will be written as 2 into 10 to the power 4 I2 is equal to 10 to the power 6 I1. So they have asked me I2 by I1. So what will it be? I2 by I1 is equal to 10 to the power 6 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 4. So this will be 10 to the power 2. So that is 50. So I2 by I1 comes out to be 50, and this will be a dimensionless quantity. Why? Because this is current gain. So this is plus 50 is your answer to this question. Very simple. There is no need for this equation 1. Okay. So a good student will know which equations to put. Okay. Which equations to put, which equations to substitute. Okay. So now the second question number 20, sorry, I have taken it from GATE paper. Okay. So this was asked to instrumentation branch in 2008. So let us see how we are going to solve this question. Okay. So for the circuit shown below, the input resistance R11, which is equal to V1 by I1 when I2 is 0. We are going to just do what? Write the currents in each of the branch. So you can see what? I1 is flowing into this node, 2V3 is flowing into this node. So current out of this node will be what? I1 plus 2V3. Fine. So this I1 plus 2V3 is coming here and it is getting here. Here I2 is equal to 0. Okay. I2 is equal to 0. So this whole I1 plus 2V3, it is flowing here. Okay. So this will be I1 plus 2V3. Now this I1 plus 2V3, you can see what? 2V3 is flowing here. 2V3 is flowing in here. That means what? I1 is flowing here in this branch. Okay. To maintain my KCL from this branch, my I1 current will be flowing. Now what is V3? You can see V3 is equal to, according to Ohm's law, it will be 2I1. So this is my equation number 1. Now what I need is a KVL. KVL in which of the loop? I will be starting my KVL from this point. This point I will be going, then I will be shifting here, then here, and again back to my same point. Again I am showing, I will be starting from here, then to here, then here. Why not here? Because there is a current source, and I have already told you, in the terminals of my current source I don't know what is the voltage. So I will not be moving here. After this point I will be going here. Here I have a voltage source, so it will be okay to apply KVL. Then here, 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 and ending at this point. Okay. Now look my KVL. So minus V1 plus I1. So from here it will be minus 3I2. Minus 3I2 from this 2 ohm I1 plus 2V3. So 2 into I1 plus 2V3, and this will be what? Plus V3. So plus V3 or even I can write 2I1, it's okay. So now let us see what we get. So here I have V1, so V1 is equal to I1 and this is 2I1, so 3I1 minus 3I2 and what I get? Plus 4V3 plus V3 plus 5V3, okay, plus 5V3. Now what I am going to do? I am going to replace V3 by 2I1. So V1 is equal to 3I1 minus 3I2 plus 10I1. So this will be what? V1 is equal to 13I1 minus 3I2. Now one thing I forgot actually, when I2 is equal to 0, that means what? This voltage controlled, sorry, this current controlled voltage source, this is my current controlled voltage source, it will short out because I2 is 0. So you will be shorting this and this term it will be 0, which implies V1 is equal to 13I1. So this means what? V1 by I1 will be equal to 13. So option D is your correct answer. Now what I want from you people, means you people know what I will be asking. So I am going to ask you all the Z parameters. For that, simply what you are going to do, you are going to divide the current without making this I2 0. So this will be I1, from here it will be what? I1 plus 2V3, from here I2 will be added. So from this 2 ohm resistor it will be I1 plus I2 plus 2V3. So 2V3 is flowing from here. So obviously from this branch it will be what? I1 plus I2 current is flowing. Now you are going to apply KVL. Okay, you are going to apply once in this loop. Okay, once in this loop you are going to apply. In the second case you are going to apply in this. And V3 you can substitute it directly 2 into I1 plus I2. So that will be very simple. You can get all the Z parameters. Okay, and that will be homework for you people. Now this question number 21, it is very important question. How are you going to solve this? So what they have asked here is the Z parameter matrix Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22 for the 2-port network is shown. Okay, so you need to find the Z parameter. So this circuit, it is very means what? Simple yet very complex to solve normally. So how do we solve it? See, I am going to name this port. Okay, I am going to assign number to this port. So this one is 1. So here it is I1 plus minus V1. This is plus minus V2 and I2. Now I am going to redraw this circuit. So look very carefully. In between 1 and 2, I have 3. So this is my this point is my 1 and this is my 2. In between 1 and 2, I have 3 ohm. Fine. In between 1 and 3, I have short. So this is 1 and this point is 3. So I have a short. In between 2 and 4, I have short. So let me assume this point as 4. So you can see in between 2 and 4 it is short. In between 3 and 4 there is 6 ohm. Okay, so this is 6 ohm. Now you can see your input port is port number 1 and port number 4. So this is your input port, plus minus 1 I1 and this is V1, fine, and between 2 and 3 you have your output port. So this is your 2 and 3 plus minus. Look very carefully what I am going to do. Let me assume this current is I. If this current is I, then this current will be what? It will be I1 minus I. Okay. So now look, from this node I2 is entering, from this 3 I2 is leaving. You can see if I2 is entering through this node, so I2 must be leaving out of this output node. If I1 is entering through input node, then I2 must leave through the input node also. Okay, so I1 should be coming out of here and I2 going in. That means what? Through this 6 ohm, the current flowing is I1 minus I minus I2. Okay, so now I have divided each of the branch, and you can see if this is coming, so this will be what? I plus I2. So if I plus I2 is coming here, so this will be what? Again you can see I1 is going out. So my current division is satisfying at each of the branch. Okay, so now simply I will be applying KVL. So the first KVL will be starting from this 3, 2 and again returning to 3. So let me do that. So it will be what? Minus V2 minus 3I equal to 0. So this means what? I is equal to minus V2 by 3. Minus V2 by 3. Let me write it little bit clearly. It will be equal to what? Minus V2 by 3. I is equal to. Okay. Now I will be applying KVL in starting from this minus 3, 2 and again this 6 ohm and returning to 3. Okay. So look. So this is my equation 1. Let me write it equation 2 here. So this will be what? Minus V2 minus 6 into I1 minus I minus I2 equal to 0. So this is what? Minus V2 I am taking it here. So V2 is equal to minus 6I1 plus 6I plus 6I2. Let me substitute the value of I. So it will be what? V2 is equal to minus 6I1 plus 6 into minus V2 by 3 plus 6I2. So this will be what? 3V2 is equal to minus 6I1 plus 6I2. So V2 is equal to what? Minus 2I1 plus 2I2. Can we make an inference here? Obviously we can make an inference that option A is my correct, because you can see if I relate it with the Z1, Z21 and Z22, you can see Z21 is minus 2 and Z22 is 2. But I will be finding even Z11 and Z12. For that I will be applying again loop starting from here. Okay, starting from minus 4 I will be starting. I will go from here to this point and again returning back here. Okay, so look very carefully. So it will be what? Minus V1 plus 3I. Okay, minus V1 plus 3I equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 3I. That means what? It is equal to minus V2. Okay, minus V2. So what is minus V2? It will be 2I1 minus 2I2. So V1 is equal to 2I1 minus 2I2. So this will be equation 2 and this will be equation 3. So if you compare equation 2 and equation 3 with the standard Z parameter equation, you are getting option A is your correct result. Okay, so this is the way you are going to solve such type of question. You will be simplifying the circuit, then you will be doing current division, and then if it is Z parameter you will be applying KVL. If it is Y parameter you will be applying KCL. Okay, So the next question they have asked is what? In the two-port network shown, the H11 parameter, where they have defined actually what is H11 in the ohms is. So H11 we know what? H11 is V1 by I1 when V2 is equal to 0. Okay. So let me put V2 equal to 0. So V2 equal to 0 means what? This will be short. Now you know what I am going to do. I am just going to again do what? My divide current in each of the branches. So you can see if this is my I1, from here again you can see 2I1 is going. So I cannot determine, but look here, from here 2I1 is coming and from this branch I2 is coming. So what will be the current? It will be 2I1 plus I2, fine. From here I1 is coming, so what will be the current in this 1 ohm? It will be 3I1 plus I2. Now simply what I am going to do? I am going to apply KVL. Okay, KVL in this loop I am going to apply. So it will be what? V1 is equal to I1, 1 into I1 plus 3 I1 plus I2. Okay. So now what you see? V1 is equal to 4 I1 plus I2. Somehow I need to define this I2 either in terms of V1 or I1, then I will be getting this result. So what can I do? Again I will be applying KVL in this loop. In this loop if I apply KVL, I will be getting the result. So look, minus 3I1 plus I2 minus 2I1 plus I2 equal to 0. So this will be what? 3I1 plus I2 is equal to minus 2I1 minus I2. So this will be what? 5I1 is equal to minus 2I2. So I2 is equal to minus 2.5 I1. Let me assume this is equation 1, this is equation 2. From 1 and 2, what I am getting? V1 is equal to 4 I1 minus 2.5 I1. So V1 by I1 is equal to what? It is equal to 1.5. So your answer is what? 1.5 for this question. Very, very simple question. Now this question is very, very good. A two-port, this was actually asked in BSNL JTO, I think. BSNL JTO, and it was asked in ESE exam also once, okay? So look very carefully. A two-port network is represented by ABCD parameter given by this equation, okay? If the two-port is terminated by RL, the input impedance seen at port 1 is. So what have they given you? So they have given you a network with its transmission parameter. Okay, what is the transmission parameter given? It is equal to A, B, C, D. For a network N, the transmission parameter is this. Now what they have said, look at this line. If port 2, okay, port 2, this is my port 2 or output port, is terminated by RL. Okay, so this was my plus minus V2 and this is my I2, this is my I1 and this is V1, okay. Is terminated by RL, the input impedance seen at port 1. So they are asking you what is Zin. Zin we know what it is, V1 by I1. So we are going to find that. Now let me write the T parameter equation. So what it will be? V1 is equal to A V2 minus B I2 and I1 will be what? I1 is equal to C V2 minus D I2. Okay. Now look very carefully. What is V2? V2 will be equal to minus I2 RL. I have already discussed this. Now I am going to substitute what I need to find, V1 by I1. So I am going to substitute this in both the equations, equation 1 and equation 2. So what I am getting, V1 is equal to A V2. So this will be what? Minus I2 RL. So A into, sorry, this will be minus here, I2 RL minus B I2. And what will be I1? It will be C minus C I2 RL minus D I2. So let me give this as 3 and 4. Now divide 3 by 4. So what you are getting? V1 by I1 is equal to, if I take I2 common, so what it will be? I2 minus I2, if I take common, minus I2 ARL plus B minus I2 common again, it will be what? CRL plus D. So I2 get cancelled. V1 by I1 comes out to be ARL plus B, CRL plus D. So ARL plus B, ARL plus B, CRL plus D. So option D. Look very carefully in the options. These are quite confusing. Okay. Take 5 seconds after solving to select the option that is correct. Okay. Now, what is this question number 24? Consider the two-port network as shown. The hybrid parameter H12. So we have just calculated the same question. Okay. Here you can see, okay, here we had calculated H11. No, I think one place we have calculated H12, I think the same question we had. So where was it? Okay, fine. So we are not able to find it. It's okay. So this is very similar. What they have asked, H12. So what is H12? H12 is equal to V1 by V2 when I1 equal to 0. So now what? This I1 is equal to 0. That means what? This voltage V, this whole voltage V, it will come here. Why? Because this I1 is 0. I1 is equal to 0. So this V1 will short out here because there is no voltage drop in R1. Okay. So now what will happen if V is here? Suppose if V is at this point. So now what I am going to do? I am going to just apply nodal analysis at this point. Okay. Node at this point. So look very carefully. It will be what? V1. Let me write clearly. V1 by R2 plus alpha I1, it is going out from the node, so plus alpha I1 plus V1 minus V2 by R3 equal to 0. Now you can see very clearly as I1 equal to 0, so this is a current controlled current source. So this current source, it will be also 0 because I1 equal to 0. So now what will happen? I will substitute this equal to 0. So V1 common if I take, it will be what? 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 is equal to V2 by R3. So this will be what? V1 R2 plus R3 divided by R2 into R3 is equal to V2 R3. R3 gets cancelled. We need to find V1 by V2. So V1 by V2 is what? R2 divided by R2 plus R3. So what option you are seeing? Directly option D is your correct answer. Okay. So you are going to find all the hybrid parameters for this given network. Okay. So this will be your homework again. So the last question we have in this question series is what? In the H parameter model of the two-port network given in the figure shown the value of H22. So question probability of this question is very less, but still we are going to see. So they have asked you for this parallel pi combination of network. Okay, parallel pi network, they have asked you what will be H22. So we know in parallel network, what is the parameter that gets added for the equivalent circuit? It is Y. Okay, so Y parameter gets added. and here this is what, these are my star network, sorry, these are my delta networks. And in delta network, what we know, that if we have the admittance, what will happen, if we have the admittance, we can directly use our general formula like this. If you people remember, so if this is y1, this is y2, this is y3, then y will be equal to what, y1 plus y2 minus y3, minus y1 minus y1 and y1 plus y3. So remember this. Now for this A circuit, if I calculate the Y matrix, what it will be? So YA will be equal to, look here very carefully, these are resistance. So if I want to convert it into conductance or admittance, what it will be? It will be 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So my YA will be what? It will be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. So this will be equal to what? 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 and 2 by 3. Okay. What about YB? Similarly, YB will be what? I am writing it directly. Okay. I am writing it directly. So it will be what? 2 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 2. So this will be equal to what? 1 minus half and 1. Okay, so I got my YA and YB. So what will be Y equivalent? Y equivalent will be YA plus YB. So now I need to add. So this will be what? Directly I am writing. It will be what? 5 by 3. 1 by 3. So that will be minus 1 by 6. Minus 1 by 3. Minus 2 by 3. Sorry, this will be minus 5 by 6. Sorry. So minus 5 by 6. 1 by 3 minus, okay, minus half minus 1 by 3 is 5 by 6. And again this will be what? This will be minus 5 by 6 and this will be again 5 by 3. Fine. So this is my Y equivalent. What will be Z equivalent? So I am solving in the next page. Z equivalent will be equal to, so this is my Y equivalent. Okay, so Z equivalent will be inverse of Y equivalent. So let me calculate the inverse of this matrix. So determinant of Y equivalent is what? It will be 25 by 9 minus 25 by 36. Okay, so this will be what? 36 is common, so 100 minus 25, that is equal to 75 by 36. Okay, so now Z equivalent will be what? Very simple. Principal diagonal element, it will be interchange, 5 by 3, 5 by 3. Off diagonal element will be multiplied by minus 1. So minus into minus plus 5 by 6, 5 by 6 into 1 by 75 divided by 36. So it will come above. Fine. So I have my Z equivalent now. It is what? 5 by 3 into 36 by 75. 5 by 6 into 36 by 75. 5 by 6 into 75 by 30, sorry, 75, sorry, 36 by 75, and this will be what? 5 by 3 into 36 by 75. So this is my Z equivalent. I have already told you now the relationship between H, Y and Z parameter. So H parameter is equal to what? 1 by Y11, 1 by Z22, and this will be what? Z22 into Z12, and this will be Y11, Y21. We need to find what? We need to find H22. Okay, H22. So that is equal to what? 1 by Z22. So I need to inverse this. So it will be what? 3 into 75 divided by 36 into 5. So this will be 12, this will be 15. So 3, 5 by 4. So H22 will be 5 by 4 or 1.25. So this is my answer to this question. You are going to find all other H parameters also using this equation. We have Y equivalent, we have Z equivalent. So you can find H equivalent for this parallel combination of circuit. So with this, actually we finished the question series for the 2-port network. So I hope you enjoyed the session. If you enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. I will be requesting you that. Help us grow. You can please share this lecture with your friends, those who are preparing for HAL and HPCL exam. And if you people have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section below. I will be covering that in the next session, or if it is possible, I will be replying to you in the comment section only. Okay. So then see you in the next session. Thank you.